good news, everybody. Matthew here with another episode of Let's Play Guild Wars 2. And can you guess what today is? Any takers? Anybody? Bueller? Anyways, new content. Yes, new content. New content. Okay, I'm gonna stop singing. Anyways, we got new content today. And they've introduced a few new things, of course. First thing is the Black Lion Trading Company. Mini Chickenado. So this is a mini pet. And my question is, do I even want to buy it? I got 550 gems. I'm gonna buy it. Let's buy it. So we bought that. Oh, there we are. So let's zoom in here a little, see if we can see what he looks like. That's kind of funny. Oh, look at that. That's hilarious. I love it. Oh. Oh, there's eggs too. I didn't see the eggs. Oh, that's great. Oh, sorry. It's actually a pretty funny mini. I like that mini. Alright. The other thing they introduced, it's a new crafting item, or a new last content they introduced the Ambronite sheets. This time they introduced fossilized Ambronite insects. So, and each insect, they're like unidentified, and you're supposed to go around and find them in during the, what is it you call them, the dust storms in Dry Top. And you get a chance of opening up the chest and getting those silly little chests there. So once you get the chest open and you get the things you're supposed to identify, and each weapon takes a different bug, I guess? I don't know. There isn't any information really on the wiki. There's one on the axe, which looks like it's a butterfly. So I don't know what it's going to look like. Wish I could see them all, but fortunately I don't. But they've also introduced, no, not here. I want here. Over here. Yep. Show me what you got. Ley line weapons. Let's take a look at these. And these, of course, are Black Lion claim tickets, which I never get any claim scraps, so let's see here. Ooh, kind of looks like a big piece of bone, don't it? Wielded. Let's just see the weapon only. Kind of looks like a big piece of bone, doesn't it? Let's see what the dagger looks like. Okay, there's the dagger. Wielded. It's a pretty big ass dagger. Here's the focus. Oh, so it's pretty orbital. Let's see the great sword, because you know a lot of people, if they're going to get something, they're going to get the great sword. Everyone loves the great sword. So there's it stowed, wielded. Can't even really see it. Hammer. I mean, they're kind of cool looking. I mean, look at them. They really kind of are cool. Or at least the effects on them are cool. I like the effects. Longbow. Wow, that thing is humongous. Look at the size of that longbow. Weapon only. That thing's huge. What's it like stowed? Yeah, that thing is huge. It's actually kind of cool. I actually like the longbow. What's the mace look like? Not impressed. What's the pistol look like? Whatever. What's the rifle like? Rifle's pretty. No, I don't like it. The scepter, that's not too bad looking. Short bow. So it's much smaller, obviously. It would just look like stowed. Looks like it's the size of my current longbow that I normally use. Shield. Wielded. doesn't look like it would really protect you much. I mean, look at the big giant hole in the middle. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Yeah, definitely. Torch. That's kind of cool. Actually, it looks kind of cool. Warhorn. Wielded. Eh. Let's see what the sword is. Sword, it doesn't look that much different than long, the great sword. Let's see what the staff is like. It's alright. I think the caster weapons look better than the melee weapons for this one. Definitely. But of course, those are new weapons that they introduced with this, and I'll never be able to get them because I'd never get enough. Excuse me. Oh, enough scraps to do that. I would love to show you more of that Ammonite stuff too, if I could do it, but I can't at the moment, just because I can't. It's just not able to be done. But anyways, what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and do the new content. The Entanglement. Okay, view and journal. Treachery and tragedy lead Tira's heroes on a chase across the frontiers of the Maguma Waste and landed them at the doorsteps of their former adversary. What has Timmy been doing? What has Timmy been able to learn from your investigation? And who's been watching from the top of the mesa above Prospect Valley? Yeah, that's fine. I was going back and trying to redo some of this stuff. Okay, Brahm sent me a mail. Word reached me as trouble in Dry Top. Okay, so we need to go and see Timmy, basically. So let's go to the Prosperity Waypoint and see what this says. I'll open up a window here. My room is incredibly hot right now, and if you guys hear a bunch of cars and buses and other loud, obnoxious things, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. It's way too hot with no AC. No one in Seattle believes in AC. What is up with that, huh? Why does nobody believe in AC in Seattle? I guess it makes sense. It doesn't get that hot here. But when it does get anything above 75, it definitely gets pretty hot, But anyways, here we are. Let's go see Timmy. Ignore all the people running around. We don't care about them.
Shake it off!
Wow, there's a lot more vines. Look at that. Man. Yes, let's continue Scarlet's secret room. That's a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. No, don't tell anyone.
Timmy? Timmy, are you here? Timmy?
I'm here. I'm okay. Scruffy protected me. Are you all okay?
Oh, whew. Yeah, we're okay too.
Everything started to shake. I barely had time to get into Scruffy.
Is she okay, Bram?
Yeah, she's okay. She hid in her golem.
I didn't hide. I was collecting important data.
Uh-huh.
Fine! Golly!
What's happening?
Okay, let's talk to Marjorie. I feel like the whole world is falling out from under us. I think we all feel that way. We've got a new dragon to contend with. That's right. Nothing will ever be the same. No, it won't. Mordeth did this, and he's only just starting.
Mordremoth?
Mordremoth?
Raises the stakes
Oh
to
god,
a
she's
whole new
hiccupping.
level of awful, doesn't it?
Gods, we need a plan. What are we gonna do?
I still can't say his name. You really think all these vines are related to Mortimer? All these deaths? I'm quite certain. Well, what are we going to do? Well, we start by following Scarlett's trail. Scarlett believed she had seen the bigger picture. It was part of her delusion. I don't think bringing down the Zephyrites was part of Scarlett's plan. But both she and the Saboteur talked about the destruction of Tyria. I know. Ariane said the Tyrian leader would die. That makes me think someone or something was pulling his strings. That scares me the most about him. Trouble is, we have no idea who he meant. I want to say the Queen Jenna, but it could be anyone, though. The biggest threat to Mordeth is probably Traherne. Oh, Traherne. I hate the thought that Queen Jenna could be in danger, too. He said several other strange things, too. Yeah, like, it will be so pleased, and I've seen the bigger picture. He sounded much like Scarlet. It was unnerving. I suspect we can learn from Scarlet, even I can't say it, posthumously. Even though I know how to say it. It's weird sometimes when you see the words written, it's like you want to say it differently. For the record, I agree with this is Morimoth's doing. It all started with Scarlet. We need to understand her. Did you see her voice recorder, her books and papers? I'm just glad you're okay. What have you learned here? Lots of things. Like Scarlet started with steam creatures and then graduated to ether and watchwork. She's released a bunch of steam creatures into the wild. Oh, and she killed Omad. Killed Omad? He was her last mentor. He experimented on her with his mind-widening device, and that's when she saw the eternal alchemy, or what she thought it was. She killed him for it? No, she killed him because once he realized his device works, he started looking at her like she was a lab rat, not like an assistant or student. He was going to experiment more on her. I see, but surely Ahmad wouldn't have hurt her. Historically speaking, previous generations of Asura, including Ahmad's, viewed the Savari as an anomaly to be studied. When the first Savari arrived, many were victimized in the interest of arcane knowledge. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. We have any insight on that drawing? Actually, I do. Based on Scarlett's writings and her holographic recorder over here, I've come up with a theory. I think it's the representation of her vision. Her mentor Ahmad made a device that opened a mind. When she tried it, she had a vision. At the center is a symbol I've seen used to represent the pale tree. And you think she drew that drawing after it? Yes, she claimed that she had seen the internal alchemy during her vision. The symmetrical elements in the drawing and the pale tree at the center lead me to that conclusion. Why the pale tree? In her vision, she saw the pale tree attacked by a thorn vine. She described it as doing terrible damage to the pale tree. It sounds terrible. Did it bother her? Oh, it pleased her. She ungrew some thorny vines to strangle Oma. The parallel with the vines from her vision is not lost on me. What about ley lines? Have you learned anything on those? Most interesting thing of all, Scarlet theorized that our waypoint positioning coincides with the locations of most powerful ley lines. Oh, wow, waypoints? Was she right? Not likely, but not yet confirmed. Likely, but not yet confirmed. Duh. I need to do more research. I need to better understand the elements that drew her to that conclusion. Fascinating.
So, were you able to figure out what Scarlet was doing here?
She was studying ley lines. But I don't...
Hold on.
Oh my! What's happening?
Hey, come look at this. There's a passage behind this bookshelf.
Uh-oh, secret passage.
Get out of my way! Let me see.
Settle
Feels like an
down.
episode of Clue.
Boss going first.
Alright, but hurry up.
Come on, Frostbite, let's go.
Interesting. Explore the tunnel. Ooh, something to find. Research notes has a complex set of equations, drawings, and engineering blueprints. I believe it. Ooh, something here. Piece of paper was torn from a book. Oh, we'll just read it. Letters sent home from soldiers in the Korn army have given me great insight in their lives. In the 11th century AE, the leader Varesh Asa inspired great loyalty. In one particular speech, Asa praised her military and encouraged them to use their persuasive abilities to build the power corner from the inside. He said, if properly convinced, you can get whole groups of lesser creatures to work towards your goals without them realizing they're not working for themselves. Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of this. Asa cites that the alliance between the centaurs and the Korn craftspeople was an example. Together they produced better armor and weapons, and they provided for the Korn people's day-to-day needs. This is getting kind of creepy. History of Dry Top. Nicholas Sanford. Oh, bro, Nick! Read on. Now a barren landscape, this rounded basin may have held water many millennia ago. Sand now covers everything, blowing on the wind and eroding all rocks and inhabitants alike. Unknown sentient beings once built fragile hillside homes high on the cliffside. Some structures still linger, but will also fall victim to the blowing sand and hot sun. Sounds like the Druids. This area attracts outlaws on the run, with something to hide, or those who are unwelcome among civilized folk for one reason or another. This makes the area dangerous to travelers such as me and Yackington. Yackington! I love Yackington. Migrating centaur packs come through here, it seems. There is evidence that they once had a refuge here. A large tree trunk, quite out of place. It could have been one of their sacred trees. Oh! Despite appearances, this waterless area is far from lifeless, and it serves as a doorway to the Maguma jungle, a region of uncontrollable growth, life, and often death. Oh, wow. Open the page of the book. Scarlet drew a route leading up and out of the tunnel to a higher region of Dry Top. The points on Scarlet's map trace a path winding across the higher region of Dry Top. Oh. Interesting. Is that some kind of portal? No. What's this? Just a force field thingy. Let's go talk to Timmy. We'll do that. Did you find something? You found something, didn't you? Scarlet left the map showing she headed to someplace to the southwest. I bet it leads to the ley line she discovered. Stay here with the others. I'm going to see where this takes me. Interesting. More rooms, sea pouches, geodes, deluxe gearbox, except. Interesting. So let's take a look at what these things were. This is just
never have too much
gearbox. That's nothing important. Seaweed salad. Let's put that down in my invisible area. Huh? Oh, crap. Because I crafted a bunch of these to try and make a bunch of gold. Because they sell for quite a bit of money, actually. It took me a while to get up the materials to do it, and I spent tons of money to make them, and then I got screwed over in the long run. But oh, I got a gold item out of that. That's always good. Ooh, 3 ectos. That's always good.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
Let's deposit everything. I'll take care of the rest of that later. But I'm going to call this episode done. Well, let's leave the instance first. Yes. Okay, so now we're in this hidden area. Which... Okay, so... Oh boy. Huh. Wow, there's some new creature out there. I don't know what's going on here. I need to get to a safe area. Temporarily. Okay, this looks somewhat safe. So I'm going to call this episode done. I will see you guys next episode. You can find me online on YouTube at youtube.com/users/MatthewMewP, on Twitter at twitter.com/MatthewMew, and on Facebook at facebook.com/MatthewMew. If you want to play with me or join my guild, contact me via PM in the game at MatthewPernack, MatthemeWPernack. And for more information on my guild, it can be found at theravenscall.info.